I think the other thing that was, really important for that was finding the right voices for some of that evidence. So James Miles and Livex were a really good example for us. I mean, fine wine is not normally the sort of part of our industry. Either WSA didn't have that many fine wine members until last year when we recruited a lot, precisely on the back of the VI1 issue and the threat. Excuse me. But it's exactly the right. That's why the FT produced so much on it. It's very, very clear when you think about trading of fine wine. If you have a very expensive bottle and you have to do a lab test on it, you completely ruin the product. And if you have a VI1 requirement where you didn't have it for EU wines, and fine wine is sort of 90% of the fine wine trading market, and you have a secondary market that's very, very big, etc., etc. I mean, it completely ruins the UK fine wine proposition. So it was the best case study in many cases to use, but also not the only one. So we can blend it with, what's it like for an independent merchant, and we had some of them, plus what's it like for a multinational. So actually, the fact that this issue affected lots of different companies meant I think they couldn't ignore it. And as I said, even though we didn't have direct contacts, the outcome has been the same. But in terms of lobbying, back to your original question, all of the usual routes we use for lobbying we used. It's just that we had to rely far more on the indirect ones than we usually do.